Good afternoon, or good evening. We don't control time on this planet, and we must understand that we're controlled by time. There's not always an appointment time. There's just time, and we must stop sometimes to take advantage of the time that we have. Trying to be focused and concentrate on the things that we're supposed to concentrate on to take care of our families, to take care of ourselves, and to be stewards of this time that we have on this planet. All of the headlines are full of death, untimely death. There is something going on this planet where they're abducting people right now, elderly people, young people, just a mass abduction of people, flesh, along with the death of people, untimely death. It's all in the headlines of who's who is dying, which is unfortunate in a time like this. There are unnatural deaths going on. There are mass deaths going on the planet. And then there's this untimely death where people are dropping dead in the youth of their lives, in their 50s and 60s. They're still young, and they're having these untimely deaths. Right now, it just reminds me of we have to have a testimony. I had a close friend who passed away a couple years back, maybe a year, in the prime of his life. We were the same age. We had just had a conversation. And I say this to say, sometimes you can make promises to people, but you die in the midst of those promises. So we can't be living life making promises to people when death is everywhere. Sometimes you die holding the bag of the futures of people who are depending, on what the Father has given, right? Sometimes we die with millions of dollars in our accounts, access to land and provisions, especially for the kingdom. So we can't die untimely holding the bag. And what I'm seeing in the society that we live in today, there are millions of people holding the destinies of the future, of the children. And they're dying young, or they're dying making plans, but those plans, for some reason, are being cut short. So having a testimony while I'm still alive, while I'm still breathing, I would suggest to people, don't put any plans in the future. If you control a certain amount of provisions that can feed a nation, that can build a nation, just look at the sign on the wall. Look at the actual events on the planet. People are dropping dead, making plans. So yeah, I have to stop when the Spirit moves me to speak on this, because I'm trying to concentrate and getting some things in order. But everywhere there's death, everywhere. Death that I know of personally, and death that I have to read about every day. Young death, wow, 50s and 60 years old, just beginning, especially in the kingdom. So I would imagine this is another public service announcement to the people, believers, those that believe in Christ Jesus. We're holding the bag, some of us. We have the wealth of the nation in our closets, in our basements, in our accounts, and we're holding the nation hostage, thinking that we have another day to get it right. So if you're aware, if you are spiritually minded, you're going to open your eyes during these times, figure out what you have, what you need, and what you need to sow into the kingdom without hesitation, right? What we do for the kingdom, the Father requires us to do it out of love. And if you understand this principle of love, then you will understand what you have is for the kingdom. So the Father has stressed this on me to get it out. I am in a public place, but the Father said, find a place, record, and speak. So as I go through this social media, which is what we use to communicate nowadays, there's death everywhere. Even myself, I have to physically leave this planet. I believe that there's a work in me. Until that work is done, the Father will continue to use me. So I'm going to leave you with this. The Father says that love is the key principle. And we can't do any of this on this planet without love. Understanding what love is, understanding the definition of love. We're required to do that for one another. So I ask you to search your hearts out there. Some of you are holding the bag and holding up generations right now in your family. Someone has the capabilities of, making your dreams come true. You just have the bag. But someone in your family has the capabilities for you to also dream again. All right. So I'm going to ask you today to be mindful of what love is. Love is sacrifice. And love doesn't ask for anything in return, just itself. All right. This day, go in love. Blessed.